So, welcome back everyone to this Monday morning. It's a bit cold this morning. A few drops of rain, which is no harm. I'm sure everyone's welcoming the bit of rain. We certainly are. Like, it definitely get the grass growing. It just could be a bit warmer, but look, we won't complain. It's been dry enough for long enough, so we're happy out. So, first and foremost, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and comment down below. It just helps boost the videos. I just noticed there's, I don't know, it's a bit of a drop off. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to bring it up again. It's the last video. I'll mention it in. But yeah, if you could just like, subscribe and comment on it, that would be brilliant. And if there's a preferred day you want to see the video, I might change the day. Maybe there's a day that someone else hasn't been putting up videos, that there's sort of a free slot. Do let me know. Whatever day suits, put it down below in the comments. But anyway, this week, I don't really know what we're going to do this week. Dad said it's slurry, you might be able to just hear that. So he's just got 4 load to finish off. At the moment, these lads are currently on their last week of milk, so they'll join the other lads and then they can go out to a full field of grass. So this is the last bunch. Gone once a day now at the moment. So they have the full run in here. Just going to bed them here now. But they're happy out. That lad, he's the youngest lad, I think, is he? 70? Yeah, he's the youngest fella and he's nearly the biggest lad in there. So a couple of good lads here. Small little Angus there in the end. But yeah, these lads are flying. So thankfully at the moment we haven't had too much issues with calves. We did at the start when the weather was a bit funny. We had a couple with pneumonia, 4 of them. And after the 4th one we just done them all. And then as the new ones came in we just injected them all. So these ones I haven't done for lice. The far ones I put spot on the ones that went out. I just was watching a video there of Dower House Farms and sort of a few symptoms there. I was looking at my calves. He's doing a hell of a lot more than we are. But anyway, I decided to do them with lice. I did do them for lice last year, so I think it was just beneficial to do them. So I've only got 35, so it's not too bad. But they're all, touch wood, other than that we've had no issues. They're all growing well. I'll go show you them now, and then actually we'll go look at them now and then we'll go bed these. So here's the older bunch. They've all been fed. That's I don't know, that's the lad that had pneumonia fairly bad. He's alright, he's looking well. He's doing everything he should, he just doesn't look the best. We're just monitoring him there. But he was on milk a good nearly month longer than the rest of them, than his comrades. So yeah, he's not doing too bad. He was the worst lad we had. Other than that, they were just, you know, gave him the shot and they were happy out. So I've bed these here now too. They're all in here. This lad's a great lad there. Him, ain't you? Fine lump of a calf. So they're eating plenty of hay. They've access to hay the whole time. And that. All decide to be in the shed. We have the shed open for them. Just give them that option if they want to come inside or they want to go outside. So it just gives them, if it's a bit wet and damp, they can do what they want basically, you know, in or out. So they just have the training paddock here. It'll be left up for 1 more week. There's not a whole pile of grass on it. It's bare enough, but look, it's enough for them at the moment until I get the others out. And then the bulls are currently grazing the rest of it, so I won't let them graze it down too much. And what we will do is we'll give them this full paddock. They can have the full first paddock here, so they can, and that should keep them. Just any bits of old plastic from the oak there, just want to get rid of them. They'll have the full run of the first paddock, and we'll move the bulls. They'll go down below then into the far end of the field. So they have, this is, look, it's long stemmy grass, but I'm going to put a bit, I'm going to top it now shortly, and we'll top it. As you can see, just there is no grass growing, but there's enough grass on it, like. But we'll give it a top, shake a bit of nitrogen on it now, especially that this week's going to be a bit damp. And look, it'll be grand looking in here. Yeah, not ideal for them. I'm no expert in grazing cattle, still learning. So yeah, it's not ideal, but look, at least there's grass there, and I let them in there, let them eat what they want out of it. pop it, and then it should be all right then. But yeah, look, it's not too bad. Could be worse. How is conditions in your area? If you get much rain? I think we got about 20 mil of rain, so that should keep everything nice for the moment, which is delighted. So a few of the lads have decided to follow me out. But yeah, the calves are nice to have around the farm. So they're what, 70 here with cattle, 40 here with the calves. So started off with 8, 16, 16, then we had 35. So yeah, they're not looking too bad. I think they could do with a mineral lick. A few of the lads that like being outside, most of them just want to stay in the shed. So yeah, they did get escape on us one day, but this lad brought them back. Isn't that right? Yeah, so they're not too bad. Nice fresh sheets now. They're happy out. So yeah, these boys will be going off milk now by the end of the week, and they'll be going outside. That is the plan. And by outside they'll go with the rest of them there and still have access to the shed. That's the idea. Don't want to be putting them out in the bad weather, so they have the option to come back in, and we've plenty of hay and stuff to be feeding them anyway, so it's not that bad. They're getting enough feed in the hay and the meal. They don't really need to be out with grass, but at the same time you'd want them out with grass. So go over here and bed the other ones now. Happy out. So the bigger lads will be coming in now. End of the week we'll do them. I'm by no means an expert on cattle. I'm still very much learning. So we put up this cattle shed 3 years ago now. So she's 35 foot deep, 10 foot at the back is the crush at the back, and then you've got the 3 spans in the middle there, 25 foot. So it was big enough for what we had hoped to do when we built it, but now it could do it being a bit bigger. So my plan is to stick another one up, 2 span lean-to just out there facing back towards us. Concrete's here. They can have all this area then, and then I still have enough access for feeding, cleaning out, bedding, etc. So that are my plans. So who's the best place? Where's the best place to get a sheds? Preferably maybe a kit shed made. That would be ideal. We'll just have to see. So yeah, these lads are happy out now. They'll all go back in. They've been fed this morning. They're on plenty of meal. They've loads of hay. So they're happy out. Might just get them a mineral lick here now, just to give them a bit of a boost. So welcome back. It is a wet Tuesday morning. Calves have been fed. They're happy. Calves have been fed. They're happy out. What I'm doing now is I'm just actually going around. I have to replace a gutter because it's leaking quite badly. Calves are all fed. Bulls are, don't know whether they're enjoying it, but they have plenty of shelter under the trees. So dosed them all yesterday. They're all happy out, just lying in, eating plenty of hay. They've got a nice lick there now as well, so they do. So I'll just go out and have a quick gander at the few boys that are here. We'll have to do a bit of reseeding after these lads now, but they're not looking too bad. So they just stop standing in the corner, we'd be happy out. So they have the next paddock. It's not great grass, but they'll go in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to put on the topper. I'm going to top the paddock that they were previously in there because it's gone long and stemmy. I'll top this one when they're finished, and that'll be ready for the calves. I put slurry on it. I'm also going to put a tank of slurry out on it there. And then I'm going to go get some urea to put on grassland. So I've 15 acres there. So I just put a bit of urea on it. So I think it's working out. I think it's just €4 a difference per unit of nitrogen. So urea is €500 a tonne. Can I think is 400. So yeah, we'll go to that. But I'll go put the topper on here now. It's absolutely teeming down. Sure, look, it's grand. Get the grass growing. We were crying out for rain. Now we've got it. In the paddock here now, just topping away. So the little Abbey, you can't really see it. 8-foot side mounted topper. One of the first items I ever bought, really, all those years ago. Thought I was going to be a big lad going around contracting topping, but I certainly realised that not really a thing. And I don't really have the time for it when I came home full time. So I'm just topping the paddock here now. If I open the window, you just won't hear me. Won't hear me when the window's open. So I'm topping the paddock here. You can see the grass there has gone to stem there. It's crappy old grass. So look, I didn't graze it tight. Well, one, I suppose I don't know a whole lot, I suppose, about grassland management and this, that and the other. I'm only learning still. So every year I'm getting slightly better at it, picking up little tips and tricks here and there. So with the dry weather, I just didn't graze it down. I didn't leave them in it as long as I probably should have done, but then I was afraid that if the dry weather stayed, I'd have absolutely no grass for them fairly quick after that. So I kind of left a little bit of cover on it, just for that simple reason that if it stayed dry, there would be a bit of grass. And then what I did was, when I realised the weather was going to rain, like it is absolutely teeming down now, I left them a little longer on this paddock, and you can see it there, kind of the orangey dead bits there. I left them on this just to graze it out that little bit more. And now what I'm doing is I'm just topping it, and I'm going to put a load of slurry on it just to get the grass back growing. So what I'll do is, they're in that paddock that they're in now, I'll do the exact same, let them finish it out, I'll give it a top. I should have topped this when they're in here, because they might have eaten the bits of it, but I didn't. So what I'll do is, in the next paddock I'll top it. Probably I might top it later on when Dad's back. Might top it, they're still in there then, they've loads of grass to eat. And then what I might do is give them another couple of days. They've been in there now a week, so yeah, they've been in there a week. So give them another day or two, let them finish it off, then I'll put them into the middle paddock. And then what I'll have to do then is I'll just make a paddock for them where we mowed. I give them about 2.5 acres there of a paddock until this one's ready. Because in fairness, now with a bit of rain, I'm only going to give it a light coat in the slurry, about 500 gallons I'd say, just to keep it ticking over. And then next go I give it a good run, because I'm a bit late doing this, just with other things on, trying to get caught up. So I have a day at home today, so we're just trying to catch up on a few little bits at home. So yeah, probably neglect the cattle side of things maybe a little bit more than we should in terms of managing them and that. But the regrowth's coming back there, so I can give them a paddock out there over in that far corner there. And then the plan for this one is towards August, as you can see, kind of bare. We're going to disc this field up and we're going to reseed it. That's what we're going to do. So that's the plan. So just run the disc over it, throw some fresh grass seeds in it, leave it then, and it should be good to go in the springtime. So you can see the job the topper's doing there, just tidying up nicely, killing all that grass that's gone to seed and stem, and it should leave nice lush grass coming back. It was too strong letting them in here. That's all dead grass there is there. So I don't know will that hinder it or not. It might not. Let me know down below in the comments if it will. But we'll see. I should in theory have lovely grass for these animals now when they come back in here. That's the theory. So yeah, let me know down below in the comments, how's grass situation now. Hopefully it's getting a bit better for everybody. But yeah, that's where I'm at now for the next sort of 20 minutes. That's that all slurry there now. So tanker was still on, so it actually made it handy. So that's slurried only about 1500 gallons there, a little less to the acre, so it should be alright. A bit of rain now and that it'll disappear. So what I'm going to do is, they're coming into here next, as you can see it's long and stemmy, so it's not real great quality, but we'll let them eat it over. And then give them a paddock, as I said before, down the back. And then by the time they've that eaten, that paddock will be ready, and then so on and so forth will be back up here. So it won't be too bad. So still raining, which is grand. What could do, warming up a bit. The calves are thinking about venturing out. I mean, they're a bit like all of us. I wouldn't say they'd fancy going out now at the moment. It's so wet. But the other bulls, they've got a fair bit eating off that there now, so I'm actually going to run the topper over it now too when Dad gets back, and we will leave them in there for a day, pull them out of there, put a tank of slurry on it and put them back into there. That'll be the plan. I think I have enough power. Right, we're going to oil these macerators up because I'm not going to be using this for... Or will I be using it? I will be using it actually, so I don't need to do that. So I'll go back her in the shade. Dad will be home then, and we're going to top that other paddock that the bulls are currently in. And then we're going to go get urea. And then you see what else we get up to basically. This is going to be a week of sort of odd wet jobs. All the jobs that were sort of neglected. Well, not neglected, but there was other jobs that were priority, shall we say. So just topping away here, this is the paddock that the bulls are in. They're currently just up there. I have it split just for the calf training paddock. So I'm going to leave the bulls on this for just for the evening. Let them eat off whatever they want down here, and I'm going to move them into that other stemmy paddock there tomorrow. I should get about a week out of that, and then I'll make a paddock down the bottom there, and then the bulls won't be coming back into this here now. The calves will have the full run of this paddock here. So you can see there, that's the stemmy stuff there. Yeah, look, really it's not great for them, I know that, but I don't have anything else for them at the moment, so it'll be a-okay. So just topping this is going to make that hopefully fresh grass regrow, give it a bit of slurry, and it should be a-okay. Like, there is still a bit of grass there for them to eat, like, so it won't be too bad. So, and then what I'm going to do is I'll just put a paddock just down here, go across there and measure out 2 acres, put one there, and I can give them another one if I have to. But at that stage I don't think I'll need to the paddock that we would have sown, or that I done earlier. That'll be perfect, and for them to go into, and then they'll be followed by that one there. So by the time that's all said and done, they'll nearly, the second cut will be done and over with, and they can nearly have the whole run of the place then at that stage of the year. That's what we generally do. And then the calves will still be in here, so the calves will be on, look, they'll be getting fed most of the time anyway. A bit of hay, a bit of haylage there, or straw, just to keep them right. They don't need a whole pile of grass at the moment. And then over the winter they will get good silage, they'll get a bit of beet and a bit of rolled barley, and that'll keep them ticking. So I have a low loader on behind me here. Just gonna pick up the digger man, bring him back home. He's finished over here on this farm, so I don't know if you can see the digger. It's all the way down the bottom of that there. Barley's looking well, wheat's looking well, everything's looking good. Needed the supper rain, that's for sure. So we'll go get this loaded up, get it back home. Thankfully we don't have too far to go, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'd say hopefully we should strap it down, but it's only like a kilometre, so mightn't have to, but I'd say he will. So as you would have seen, Digger's all loaded up. So this is a local man to us. He sort of came with the farm. He does all of our digger work here, and I'm just picking up his digger for him. So it's a nice case. I don't know what year it is, 130 anyway. She's fresh enough. I think she's 17 or 18. But yeah, fine digger now. Maybe someday I'll have one myself, who knows. So we have her loaded up. We're safely back in the yard here, and yeah, couldn't be better. Get a few jobs done around here, tidied up, happy out. So welcome back. Today we have the fertilizer spinner on, and we're going to go put some urea out. So I collected it yesterday. Yesterday was a damp and dreary day. I don't think I took out the camera. Oh, I did. We moved the digger yesterday. So some of the calves are out, the bulls are now moved across, so I'm going to take down that training paddock for the calves and they'll go out. So we're putting out some urea here at the moment. So it's actually some urea and sulphur. So I got it yesterday, and Liffey's just 1.5 tons on a pallet, keep it handy. I'm only going to put out 2 bags. That'll give me, it's only 10 acres, so what'll that give me? 60-70 units I think of stuff. I think it's 60 or 70. It's 38 units of that there, and then the rest is sulphur. So 750 kilos, that's 2 bags, 375 in a bag. Divide that by 10, that's 1.5 bags. By 38, yeah, 60 units. So more than enough. We'll only be cutting it twice. Be more than enough. So not too bad. So we'll go get it put into the hopper. So Amazon spreader's on. So we'll have to go onto the app and not calibrate it up, get the right settings, just so we have everything perfect. And then we go up and spread. It's given perfect weather for spreading urea. It's actually better value spreading urea than can. And the way the weather is a good bit of rain, so you're not going to lose anything now. So it's nice, dry and calm here at the moment, giving rain for later on. Not too much, just enough, and that will make a good job of it now. Should be okay, but I'll just give it a bit of a bang. Spread now, another job ticked off the list. So that's another one ready for second coat. The cover, the hydraulic cover is a great job because it just means you're pure laziness. You don't need to get out and shove it. But anyway, spreader is a great job. Find this spreader a really good job. As I said before in other videos, I think it's probably one of the better spreaders out there, even for washing it down, but just simplicity of use. It is just a great spreader. So if anyone is looking at spreaders, I would highly recommend you do look at one of these, just for the easy use. They are very, very simple and bang accurate, and just for that reason alone, I like them. Now, I'm sure there's other ones that are bang accurate too, but this one I just find it's easy to use. I can even set that up on it there, walk away, no problem. Yeah, so that's another job off the list. We get home, get this washed, What else then? Yeah, put the grubber on, go over after lunch, grub a bit up, come back, probably do a bit of fencing, this, that or the other. We just keep tipping along at different jobs. So something a bit unusual probably for this time of the year. Have the grubber on, and I'm down here in what was a wet hole. We sorted out a few drains, there's a few collapsed drains there and whatnot. So just crossing one here, there's a couple of them. Then there's a big one just gone along here now. Just my other, just behind me there, the other run to the, just slightly to the left, just there. I ran one, so I have the Pottinger synchro on, 3 metre grubber. I'm going fairly deep now. 150's pulling her no problem. 1800 RPM, and I'm using about 22 litres, 23 litres an hour, give or take. So this is down the bottom of the weed. So we just had to leave this sort of fallow there just so we could get this job done. It was more important, and she's doing a nice job here. So the ground will be tough enough because nothing was driven on, and there was nothing obviously growing in it. So it's quite tough, but it's not doing too bad. I don't think I have to give it 2 runs. It's doing a nice enough job there as it is. I have her down fairly low behind, so they're doing most of the work. So, yeah, happy enough though, but we'll throw a bit of an old cover crop of some description, most likely probably fodder rape or something like that, in the bottom here. So look, it's just another job that has to just get ticked off the list. So yeah, we're not doing too bad. It's nice and dry today. There was a few showers there last night, but nothing major. So yeah, we get this to us. Not a lot. It's about 3 acres maybe. I don't know, maybe if even 2.5. So it's not too bad. But we'll get it done anyways. Just tick it off the list. So there's the barley now. It's down in just in the corner, the 2 bits. So yeah, look, it's grand. We didn't have to saw a headland down here last year, so that was handy, but we'll have to go back to normal this year, alright. So tractor pulling is no problem, 150 horsepower, more than adequate. Great little tractor this one. Well, even though she's not that little, but great whole tractor for pulling. The 3 metre grubber. I have ton weight on the front then as well, and the tractor bumper weight, just because I don't have it heavier normal weights, and I like having that one on. It's done, so that's what she looks like. This was very rough ground now, bear in mind there was nothing on it now last sort of few months, and there was tracks in it, this, that and the other, and it was just left there. So now, as you can see, that's the job after 1 run of the grubber. I'm just going around again here, just tidying up little bits. So I am, so it's not too bad. So welcome back. It's a lovely sunny day, it's very humid though. Dad's gone off bringing a load of haylage to be delivered. Then when he come back, he's going to follow me across with water. We're going to go spray the beans. So we're putting a fungicide on them, just the way the weather's gone, just for like a chocolate spot and just disease control in general. It's also getting a bit of a foliar feed, and one field has to get a foliar feed and it has to get trace elements put on it. So we're going to do that today. So grass growth is flying. I reckon we'll be cutting second cuts now in about, what day is it now? What day are we now? 30th of May. Definitely in a couple of days time. So what I'm going to do is, these old calves do not like going outside for whatever reason. Maybe it's because I'm feeding them and they're on a bit of haylage now at the moment, but they don't like going outside, so I'm going to kick them out. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm already preparing for second cut, alright, yeah, just after 3 weeks we've done the first cut. So I've just got a bit of fertilizer to put on for our third cut. So it's 29,014 plus 4. That's 29 units of urea or nitrogen, 14 units of potash, and then 4 units of sulphur for just put on the third coat. Want to save the digestate for the tillage crop. So it's in the first paddock of beans here, as I call it. Great crop beans, really nice crops after belting out the ground here. So we're putting a fungicide on it, some foliar feed, also it's got some boron going on it as well, and then there's trace elements all in that mix as well. So fungicides for like your chocolate spot and all that's more preventative at the moment. So we're just putting it on. So it's not too bad, but I'm really impressed with this field anyway. It's really good. The other ones we'll show you them now when we get in there. I don't think they're as good, but they're not too bad. So yeah, this done anyway. But yeah, really nice crop so far. Second field much the same, mightn't just be as good, but there's a good height on the crop here. Yeah, really happy with how this is turning out now. I love growing beans. There's some smell off them here if you can see them. So just a preventative here at the moment, just to put a bit of I think it's a lattice Urea or something like that, and then a bit of cereal alloy, a bit of mancozine, and then there's a straight boron in this as well. So yeah, it's not too bad. Beans are a relatively easy crop to grow. Some lads just put them in the ground and don't put anything on them, but if you treat them well, they'll treat you well. So our best crop of beans yield we ever got was just 3.1 tonne. It was 1 year. Now we put a hell of a lot of dung on the ground, and it got slurry and everything as well. And the growing season was exceptional. And then last year we got 2.8. So like, beans can do well, but we'd be spraying them as well. So at the moment there's no aphids on them. We're pretty well alright. Like you can see the height up here, like. So yeah, really happy. Now the poorest field's just in there. It's a field, it's going back into grass because it's just not, it just doesn't do well for any type of corn. Just can't seem to get the click, so put it back into grass and it does alright in grass. So that's that. We keep going. Water delivery. So just need a little extra water. I'm just spraying at 220 litres per hectare here on the beans, just get a good coverage. So spray man rang. Problem with rust up on the wheat up above. Has to be sprayed immediately. It is currently Friday of the bank holiday at 3 o'clock. Traffic is going to be mental up there. Yeah, I just don't really know what to do. So problem with rust, and rust left untreated is a yield grabber, and if it's not looked after, well, yeah, no point growing wheat. But anyways, so last field here now. Another problem I have is, of course, that's how much diesel I have left. So I didn't really, this was sort of sprung on me, not planned for, like that, but like usual things in farming, you just have to, you plan your day, you plan for plan A, plan B, plan C, and by plan D, E, you just throw it out the window and forget all about it, because let's face it, there is always a new problem to have. Oh jeez, why aren't you spraying? This field I said we should have in grass, you can kind of see it there. It's just lacking in spots. It was probably a little bit damper when we sowed it, and actually we only rolled to about, I think here, just here. So it's kind of better this side of the field. But yeah, so yeah, some parts are grand, like this part of the field's grand, but yeah, it's just, it doesn't really perform in tillage, so it's probably going back in the grass. But that's a stay of play. Have to spray the wheat again for rust, which I'm not overly thrilled about, but look, it's one of those things, just get on with it, get over it, get it done. So I'm going to leave now. I get out here 4 or 5 o'clock, should be back by 9, 10 o'clock this evening. We don't really have much of an opportunity to spray. The weather's really, like, it's really windy, sort of unsettled, which is great for growing, but just in terms of spraying wise, it's a bit of a nightmare, because you have to just literally take your chance. So yeah, look, it is what it is. But look, we get going. It is side of the field's a little better now. Yeah, so look, it's not too bad. It's not going to be a disaster of a crop. You can see it in the middle there. I'll just video it when I'm going through it. Yeah, so you can see here, this is where a combination of pretty bit damp putting it in, and just things like that. So, and just a bit of lacking of trace elements. But it's just this part of the field here. It's only a little section of it. Hopefully, oh yeah, it'll be alright. So you can just see it there. So look, this field ain't going to be any yield breakers. It's more than likely 2-ton crop, maybe. But yeah, look, I am gonna just keep spraying here now at the moment, and then we'll get on to basically where we're supposed to be going. I'm gonna just finish this off here now, and then we're gonna make our way up and do the wheat again. So yeah, not ideal, but anyway, we'll catch up with you when we're up there. I'm driving out. I'm just going to give you a quick look at the wheat there. So that's the wheat here in Rathangan. Lovely crop, lovely and clean. Got the same treatment as where we're going next. Yeah, couldn't complain with this crop. Spray worked really well. Where we're going next has a bit of rust on it. I haven't seen it, but it must be pretty bad to have to go spray it again, and to be urgently to spray it again. So yeah, we'll use this as a comparison. So this is a lovely crop of, Jesus, bumpy. Lovely crop of winter wheat here. It's Graham here, and then that field there also is it. But yeah, look, we'll get out, get up, show you what it looks like. This video is probably going to be quite just up here now, and I'll just flip the camera around, show you what we are looking at. So you can see there, see that yellow bit? That's a bit of rust. Go on then again, that's a bit more rust. A bit more just there. And if you just look across the field, you can just start to see it a bit there near the poles, so on and so forth. So it's really random, dotted over there. So you can kind of see a few of the leaves there that are starting to turn yellow. Just bits of, yeah, just bits of rust on it. So we're going to go out here now and spray it to try combat that, and hopefully we solve the issue. So if we don't, I'm at a loss anyway. So I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but just there, can you see it? Yeah, that's rust. So the more you drive through it here, yeah, the more I can see that it is rust. Now this was sprayed. I sprayed this the other week there. Clearly the spray has not worked. So we've had to go out again. Now we have been compensated, alright, because the spray wasn't, obviously the first one didn't work. It's supposed to work, it was quite expensive. Clearly hasn't worked. So we're putting another one on it here now, and hopefully this cures the problem. This isn't as bad. The other bit of ground I'm going to next is worse. So yeah, you can kind of see it there now, just across, and it's not overlaps, it's just random dots throughout the field. Yeah, it's not ideal now, but what can you do? That's the joys of farming. So yeah, we get this sprayed out anyway here, and get home on this bank holiday Friday. So we'll finish off today's video just out here in the field. I'll give you a quick look at the crop. You can just see from here, see how bad it is there in spots. So there's the leaf. This was sprayed, as you can see there, it's starting to take hold. So yeah, it's not good. See it there all over it. So some spots are fine, more often are not. So just got to spray it now. So just getting one spray, another fungicide. Not planned, obviously, has to be done, or else this crop will lose some serious value in yield potential. So we gotta get sprayed. So I'm nearly done. I'll be home hopefully around 10 o'clock. But I'm going to leave it there for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And yeah, we'll chat to you in the next one. Hopefully you enjoyed.